Everybody say hi, Jeffrey. Say hi. Let's get this party started.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. This is Jeffrey. Today we have a very special guest with us. He's a foreign teacher and he teaches at a university in Guangzhou. We are going to talk about something like culture experience, learning skills, and the life choices. Let's welcome Scott.
Yay! All right. Guangzhou University, Guangda.
Yeah, all right, Guangda. So, Scott, could you briefly introduce yourself for a little bit?
Yeah, my name is Scott.
All right.
Oh, I'm from America. I'm sorry, I'm from America.
Yeah. And how long have you been in China?
I've been in China for 17 years.
17?
Yeah, 17 years.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a long.
17. That's a long time.
So you always live in Guangzhou or?
No, I lived in Hubei,
Hubei.
For 5 years. A city called Inshi.
In
By Wuhan, about 3 hours slow
Oh.
train by Wuhan. I loved it there. It was great. The weather was cool, except for during the summer.
Better than Guangzhou.
I'm not going to say that because the winters were pretty rough. It was very cold there.
All right. So what brought you to Guangzhou from Wuhan, from the Enshi?
The weather.
The weather.
Actually, the weather is exactly what I grew up in. I grew up in Texas. The Houston area is where I went to high school. So the weather is almost identical to Guangzhou. Houston, Texas. Humid, hot, sticky, all the time. And mosquitoes. Let's don't forget the mosquitoes.
Exactly. So what brought you to China at the first time? Is a coincidence or you have a plan to come to China?
I had no plan. I really just was kind of retired in what I was doing and decided to take a trip to China. And once I got here, fell in love and thought it was cool.
What was your first impression of China when you first arrived here?
And in 2009, I landed in Incheon, which they really only had one strip where you can land. There wasn't really an airport. There was a building, and it was right after a storm, and all the billboards around the place had fallen over. So when I landed, we got off the plane. There wasn't a hallway. You had to get off the plane and walk on the ground. My first experience to do that. And I looked around and I thought, oh, no. But I didn't know there was a storm the day before. So.
All right, let's talk a little bit about daily life. How do you like Chinese food?
I like Chinese
Your
food.
belly.
The only thing about Chinese food is that there's too much oil. There's so much oil in everything, and I think that's not helping my my stomach problem. No, I don't have a stomach problem except for it's too big.
Do you have a favorite dish?
How do you say cucumber in Chinese?
黄瓜.
Yeah, I like honggua salad, man. And I like it spicy. That's probably my favorite all time. Of course, I like baozi and egg rolls and whatever, spring rolls. I'm not so fond of Guangdong food, but I am fond of like Hunan food, Hubei food, spicy.
Like spicy. Is there anything you tried it once, but you think never again?
Blood.
Oh, the duck's blood or...
Yeah, the pig blood or whatever you guys curded up. The first time I tasted it, I thought, wow, it tastes like meat. That's pretty good. And then the second time I was like, oh, something wrong with this meat. And then I realized it's blood and tofu. Not a tofu fan. So,
what about your daily life here?
my daily life is pretty simple. That's probably the reason I stayed here so long. I live quite a while ways from here, but I love living off campus. I know pretty much all my neighbors because I'm a foreigner with a black dog, and I walk my dog 2 to 3 times every day. And people go, "Oh, it's the foreign, or it's the Wygoran with the black dog."
Wygoran.
Yeah. So people know me, and I'm nice to everybody, and so I enjoy it. Yeah.
Is there anything about life in China that really surprised you?
When I first came here, of course, like I said, I was in Incheon, and it was really a third world city at the time. Now, if you go back there, it's right up there with Guangzhou. It's very good. The transportation, everything has been upgraded. But when I first got here, I was shocked, and I thought all of China was like that. Yeah. And then I made a trip to Guangzhou, and metros, trains, taxis. Everybody seemed to be able to speak a little bit of English, and everybody was welcoming the foreigner at that time. Not so much now. I think we're in the way now.
No, you're still welcome now. So let's talk about some culture shock. Have you ever experienced the culture shock in China?
No. I have no answers for culture shock. I just don't have it. Maybe when I move back to America, I'll have culture shock.
What culture difference do you find is interesting compared to United States?
The cultural difference is, a lot of people will say family, blah, 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 but it's not any different. Americans love their family like Chinese people love their family.
Yeah.
Grandpa wants to do everything for the child, just like here in China.
Yeah.
The difference is you guys would house your in-laws and your parents and they live with you or you live with them. We just don't do that in America. When we get married, we move out and we're on our own. So that's a big difference for me. Sometimes when I visit friends and I'm like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's my mom. You're 40 years old.
Yeah, that's very strange to me.
To me, it's just a weird thing. So
for younger generation,
they're common for them. Oh, you mean the younger generation?
Yeah, we
not
don't.
So common.
Yeah, not so common.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So let's move to some deeper topic. Do you have any religious belief?
I do. Am I allowed to speak about that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm a Christian,
Yeah.
and I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe that Jesus had died for our sins, and I believe in heaven and hell.
Yeah.
So I'm a Christian.
Yeah, but in China, many people or most people they don't have a specific religion belief. So, do you find it strange or interesting?
When I first moved here, I went to a temple. Well, I've been to several temples. I adore the temples. I think the temples are magical. They're Harry Potter. It's just like, it's magic. Seriously, when you go to these temples, it's like, wow, look at this. Not just the craftsmanship and not just the tourism, but when you see people praying and earnestly believing it, I don't question them or their beliefs at all. As a matter of fact, I'm happy they believe in something else beside themselves. So for me, it's okay. I don't judge.
Buddhism temple. Buddhism.
Yeah, the one thing that confuses me about Buddhism is there are so many different Buddhas.
Yeah.
One for money, one for food, one for pregnancy. But give me money, give me money, give me money. Yeah, but again, I'm not judging at all. I think it's phenomenal.
So, do you think this difference affect people's values or their value system of what they think of life?
I think if you believe in something higher than yourself, that your values become better. But I think if you only self-rely on yourself and your family, your values are a little bit lower. Even though I might do everything for my father and father-in-law or my mother and mother-in-law, and I have nothing else to answer to, then maybe I'll do some illegal things or cheat a little bit. But if I have a higher power, and then I don't answer to my mother-in-law or my father-in-law, I answer to Buddha, God, somebody else. I think it lifts up your standards.
Let's talk about your work like a teacher.
I love my work. I have a good time at work.
So how do you feel about students' English level at your university, your students?
No, everybody's an individual. Some of the students are way advanced and some of the students are way advanced. And, it's like your English is really good. I'm surprised by it, actually. I thought we were going to have to use my electronic translator. Can you tell me what he's saying? But it's individual basis. But when you pack them all together, I would give them a 7. 1 out of 10. I mean, the level between 1 and 10, I would give the group about a 7 because you have 5 or 6 people that are really strong, and then you have 10 or 11 people that are really weak.
So what do you think is the biggest challenge for Chinese students when they are learning English on your class?
I think the biggest challenge for them is to find a reason why to learn English.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that a lot of them have been thrown into the English program, and a lot of them don't want to learn English. So, if you don't want to learn it,
Yeah. Why bother?
yeah, so it's just like something else. So I think the hardest thing is for them to find a reason to know.
Did you learn any Chinese? Show us.
Timbadong.
Timbadong.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm lazy.
Yeah. Well, you come here for 17 years.
Yeah, you know, but I didn't know I was going to stay. I really didn't know I was going to stay. I thought, okay, I'm going to leave after this year. Okay, one more year. Let me try to learn some Chinese. Let me go play instead. So, and I thought I would pick it up, but here's the problem. If I say a word, you're going to say, no, that's not the way you pronounce it. And then I'm going to say the word the way you want me to pronounce it. And then I'm going to say it to somebody else. And that other person's going to be like, no, that's not the way you pronounce it.
Yeah, we have accents.
Yeah, so everybody would tell me I'm pronouncing everything wrong. So I kind of quit trying.
Yeah, you should learn from me. I'm from North. We speak
No, see, there you go.
standard
The
Mandarin.
people in the South will say they're better than the people in the North. Nah. So.
All right. So how do you feel about your teaching experience in China?
My teaching experience, I've worked for two very good universities, one in Hubei, and then Guangzhou University. I cannot complain. The administration has been supportive. They have helped us when we needed help, and I just can't complain. So
That's why you stay here for 17
yeah,
years.
because my life is so easy. I'm not gonna lie, my life is easy.
All right, let's talk about something that many young people care about.
Okay, money.
Yeah, money. Of course. So how would you compare the cost of living in China and United States?
Let's just talk about electricity. The electric bill here, I pay maybe 300 tops, and I run the air conditioner all day. If I'm in America, same size house, same electric, I would be paying $300.
Oh, that would be 7 times.
But you have to understand, China has an electrical grid that's superior to any other country.
Yeah.
You guys produce more electricity.
Yeah.
Way more. You have solar farms that are starting to hit really well. And you have the coal plants that are producing electricity. You have more than any other country. So you shouldn't have an electrical problem.
Yeah.
America is kind of struggling right now, but we'll get back on top of it. I think the current administration is looking into the electricity.
Yeah, I heard Elon Musk is buying some electricity.
Yes,
stuff
he's trying to
from
produce some stuff. Yeah. I like Elon, by the way.
Yeah, me too. By the way, that book is Elon Musk's.
This one?
Yeah.
Walter.
Autography. For example, how about the rent of apartment?
Let's just say rent is so much cheaper here, but there's an abundant of housing here. You have too many open houses and not enough people, and when that happens, rent goes down. In America right now, we have too many people, not enough houses, so rent is going up. I would say my rent for what I have, way cheaper than what I'm going to get when I go back.
What do you think about the pressure and the competition faced by the young people, like your students, if they are going to graduate and they are going to find a job? Do you think they are very nervous and anxious?
Honestly, I don't care.
You should care a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I really love my students. I do, but once they're out of my nest and they're into the next nest, that's your culture. But I can't do anything about it. All I can do is encourage them.
Do you know what's their job? What would they do?
I have a lot of friends
teacher?
that I've taught over the years, and I know what they do. A lot of them are teachers, and especially all my Hubei friends, they all seem to be teachers. Some of them work in companies, and some of them go to Canton Fair and work there.
Interpreter.
Yeah, everybody's different. The one thing that kills me though is everybody like, oh, I want to be a translator. I have never met a student that is literally a translator. I think in 2026 we don't need translators. We have AI.
Yeah.
And even I have a little machine that I could set down and press a button and it will translate as we speak.
But it's more like a salesman who can speak English.
Maybe that's a good point. Yeah. Okay.
So, do you think young people here in China are under more pressure than United States?
I think the young people here are under a lot of pressure, but I think the pressure comes from the parents and the family. Yeah, it's a lot of times I'm talking to a student and maybe there's something wrong with them. I can see they're upset. What's going on? Oh, my scores were a little bit low last semester and my mom is on me every day, blah, 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 blah. So right now, at the stage they're in, I just know about their business like that. I don't know about the rest.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go back to your own story. What were you doing when you just graduated from college?
Looking for a job.
Yeah. So what's your...
When I graduated from college, I had 6 jobs in like 3, maybe 2 years, because I just couldn't find the one that I liked.
What did you do?
I ended up selling heavy equipment, dirt equipment, digging equipment, excavators, skid loaders, trenchers, things like that. And I did it for a long time, and I loved the job because it was outside. I'm not a big inside guy. I prefer to be outside. So this job kept me outside on construction sites.
What else? You said 6.
Before I sold, I was always a salesman. And by the way, being a teacher is definitely like a salesman. It's the same thing. You have to make your students believe that you're telling the truth.
Of course you are telling the truth.
Yeah, but you know, when you're teaching them and you maybe don't believe what you're teaching them,
you are
have
native
to let
speaker.
them know that, hey, this is really good stuff.
Yeah. Maybe the students, they don't believe in me because I'm a Chinese, but you are American.
Oh, no. Let's don't go there. I believe in everybody, and everybody is an individual. I don't care about your race. I really don't. Actually, I always thought that Chinese people were good at math, kung fu, and eating rice.
Yeah, that's true. We can use that as a clip. All right, back to the old time. Do you ever feel lost at that time?
When I was younger?
Yeah,
every day of my life. You know, I got married very young. I had 3 children very young, and I had to go to work, and I didn't want to go to work. I just wanted to stay home with my children, but I had to provide for my children, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to go to work every day when I was younger. You know, I thought I had bigger and better things, but nope, here I go. 5 in the morning, driving into the office every single day. I don't, that's not just, bleh. Yeah, the same as you. There's no difference between us culture-wise. I talk to people and they want to cry. What's going on? I have to go to work today.
Yeah, it's a universal
I think it's the whole universe, man. Everybody thinks that they could be a TikToker.
All right, if you can go back to when you were 22 and...
when I was 22?
Or 23.
When I was younger.
Yeah, when you was younger. What would you say to the younger yourself at that time? If you can say something to the...
Oh, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Don't get married, don't have children until you're 25 or 30. But I had them when I was 18.
18?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so I would say wait to have a family and then find yourself before you try to take on more people.
Yeah, that's the most valuable.
Yeah, but I'm not saying don't have children. I'm saying go have children, but do it at the right time.
Don't get it too early.
Yeah. Don't do it at 18.
Love to ask you a few questions for our audience. What advice would you give to the Chinese students?
Want to learn English well? Let me get closer.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a great teacher like me, somebody that cares. If you don't want to, force yourself to do it. You have to do it. No matter what, you have to get through these 4 years. You have to have a degree, whether it's in tennis or whether it's in English or whatever. You have to have the degree. You just have to. So you can't give up. If you get depressed, you get down, you need to find a friend. That's about it.
Yeah. So what would you say to the young people who feel anxious about graduation? Because you know that June is coming. They're going to graduate in 2 months. So they're going to...
on Tuesday, I'm going to a picture ceremony. And I'll tell every one of them, you have to go to work now. No more free rides, baby. Time to work.
All right.
I don't feel bad for them. Everybody has to work.
All right, my bad.
But you can't let work control your life, man. I mean, some of the things I see in China is that,
Yeah.
I have to go to work at 6 in the morning. I don't get off until 10 at night. And every day, I'm not buying it. I think you have an affair.
Yeah. So in your opinion, what's the most important thing in your life?
Balance.
Balance.
Balance, I think. Balance between friendship, work, religion, and self.
So, all right, thank you so much, Scott, for sharing your thoughts with us today. I think we all learned a lot, especially not only the language learning, but also the life.
Craziness.
And-
Hey, I will say I'm so impressed with the cleanliness of your office. Look at this.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
clean.
Yeah, of course. All right,
it.
thank you for watching this video, and see you next time. And welcome to subscribe the Scott. He has a channel.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, bye.
Oh.